Hey there, do you know what poster conservation is? Well, today we're going to find out. We're actually in front of a home here in St. Paul, and we're going to go actually take an old poster from the 40s and get it backed on linen. So let's go take a look at it, how we do it right now with Alan. Webster's defines a conservator as a person responsible for the repair and preservation of works of art, buildings, or other things of cultural or environmental interest. I've been fascinated with the repair of vintage posters for some time now. I've been watching videos on YouTube of companies on the East Coast and the West Coast that can repair posters, and after a long search, I finally met an individual here in the Twin Cities that I could ship posters to, where they would be repaired in order to realize a greater value for them as well as to preserve them properly. The poster we're going to repair is a 1940 movie called The Showdown. This is actually Hopalong Cassidy's second movie, and the reason we chose this is that it's going to become a gift. The 70-year-old poster had water damage, slight tears, and it had a couple of pieces missing and overall needed to be backed on linen to be preserved for long-term enjoyment. When we met up with Alan, he was already going through a few extra pieces of mylar he had in stock. When the poster is placed in the water bath to begin to clean it, you're going to eventually need to remove that poster from the water, so if you place the poster on the mylar sheet, you can pick up the mylar and the poster at the same time and not risk ripping this wet poster. After placing the mylar in the tub, we begin to fill the tub with warm water and we add some ammonia to the warm water mixture. Now, don't ask me how much ammonia we add. Alan says he puts in some and then he laughs. Perhaps it's a secret of the trade, but he wouldn't tell me exactly how much. My guess is about a half a cup. Alan says the ammonia is very good at cleaning the paper. Putting a paper poster in a hot water ammonia bath scared me significantly, but at this point I trusted Alan. Now Alan says the tap water in his studio has a pH of about 8, so it has very low alkaline and it neutralizes the acids in the paper. Alan placed the poster face down on the mylar sheet in the tub. He then proceeded to press the air bubbles out of the poster and started to work the water around the paper. The poster will sit in the ammonia hot water mixture for about a half an hour, depending upon how dirty the poster is. Now, while the paper was soaking, I learned something else. You don't actually mount posters on linen these days. You can, but it's an extra cost that actually is not needed. Alan says to just use 100% cotton. That's what you see here. Alan points out that there's a lot of crap, as he calls it, in the cloth when you first purchase it.
So there's a lot of crap.
The cloth manufacturers use formaldehyde chemicals to create wrinkle-resistant materials. That and the other junk is removed when you wash the cloth in ammonia and warm water, no soap. So you see here the cloth has been washed, laid out, and flattened on a large piece of plexiglass.
And it always gets washed because there's always sizing in the cloth. So there's a lot of crap in it.
Moving back to the poster, we can already see the water-soluble tapes that were on the back of the poster starting to come off on their own.
Yeah. At least here, let me take this one off.
And that's more the water acting on it, not the not the ammonia.
Water-soluble adhesive, and the ammonia helps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it does help.
Before I arrived, Alan took a mixture of wheat starch and water and mixed it in a unique device called a heat mixer. This gelatinous-looking bulk is going to be mixed in an everyday household mixer and will be used as our paste. Just take the large chunks of paste, put it in some water, and mix in your blender until the consistency of pancake batter. Alan brushes the paste on the cloth, and after it's fully covered, he goes back and repastes it again while removing any air bubbles. If he sees any tiny hairs or materials, he can remove them with an even smaller brush. Going back to check on the poster, you can see that the colors are certainly popping. The water bath has also removed some of the lighter water stains, and heavier water stains have lightened significantly. As a conservator, Alan has thousands of pieces of old paper from many years back. These strips of paper come in handy when repairing the back of a poster that needs some significant repairs, especially near the machine folded areas of the poster. These strips will reinforce those problem areas. Well, here we go. The poster is ready to be set on the cloth. And it's really just that simple. Just set it on it. And here's a tip. The Mylar still has some water drops on it. When we lift the Mylar, we don't want that water to be deposited back onto the poster. So we'll take a roll of paper towels and simply roll it across the Mylar to pick up that excess water. Now with the Mylar still in place, take a brush and run it across the length of the poster. This is going to ensure that our poster is in fact pressing hard against the cloth. Now we roll the Mylar slowly off the poster. Hey, take your time when doing this. There's no need to rip it off.
No, not just pull it up, but roll it off. That's the best way to do this. Or you could pick.
We found on our poster that we had a significant hole at the top. Lucky for us, we didn't need to search his archive of old paper because the actual missing piece had stayed attached to the poster. With a small knife, we lifted that paper artifact up and dropped it into place, a picture-perfect fit. And then we wait. Some people actually think that you take the wheat paste and put it over the top of the poster, but that's not true. In a couple of days we'll come back, we'll be able to remove the mounted poster from the plexiglass, roll it up, and we'll be on our way to deliver our beautiful 1940 poster to its new owner. Now, minus having all of the products to get this done properly, the large poster bath area, the Mylar, the heat mixers, the brushes, barring all that, this looks fairly simple, but Alan gave us one tip. If you're going to try this your first time, don't try it on your most expensive poster. Get the hang of it a few times on less expensive posters. That makes sense, right? Now, I recommend using any poster from a movie that Kevin Costner made. Wink, wink. In my next episode, you can watch me get into the doghouse by mixing wheat paste in our new Hamilton Beach home blender.